Welcome along, fellow time travelers. This time around, we're going to check out the history of the Chateauesque Chartwell Mansion, best known as being featured in the Beverly Hillbillies. Before I begin, please like and share the show and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now let's begin our journey. Now you guys know that I take great pride in doing a lot of research for my shows. And I think you're going to find this one really interesting because the history of this estate is really fascinating, especially these owners that owned it way back in the 60s. Americans love a rags to riches story. And so I was reading this story about this guy. His name was Jed. I don't know if that was short for anything or not, but either way, his friends and family called him Jed. And he lived out in the mountains and he was broke. And so yeah, he was a poor mountaineer, and this guy could barely feed his family, right? He barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was out hunting and he was shooting, right? He was shooting at some food, and I guess he hit some dirt, he hit some soil, he hit something, and then up through the ground came, what do they call it? They called it, let me see. Oh yeah, it was a bubbling crude. I don't really talk that way, but you know, like oil. It was oil. It was oil. Some people call it black gold, some people call it Texas tea. And so he runs back home, he tells everybody, look, I think I struck oil or something. And the next thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. Can you imagine that? You're out shooting for some food, and then you find oil on your property, and you become a millionaire. And so his kinsfolk, as they say back there, they said, look, Jed, you got to move away from here. And he's like, why? He's like, no, you got to go to California. That's the place you ought to be. And he's like, but I don't want to move. He goes, no, you got to get out of here. Go to California. Go to California. I think they even said it that way. And he's like, why? He's like, well, just go. You're a millionaire. You got to go out there. And so he loaded up his truck with his family and he moved to Beverly Hills. And he's like, wow, look at this. All these swimming pools and movie stars.
My, ain't she pretty?
Yeah. But Ellie, you're showing too much bare height.
Well, that ain't her fault, Granny. She just got the dress on backwards. Ellie, honey, put it on the other way around.
All right.
Hold on. The world kind of a dress is that?
Well, Miss Hathaway says a California sundress.
Wouldn't let no son of mine wear it. Daughter neither. Granny, you'd best get her into something decent whilst I talk to Mr. Drysdale.
And so, yeah, in 1962, he bought the Chartwell Mansion. So isn't that story fascinating? This is the kind of stuff that I come across when I'm doing research on my shows. And I'll tell you more about them later. But for now, the Chartwell Mansion, located at 750 Bel-Air Road in Bel-Air, California, is the iconic estate that was featured as the Clampett family's home in the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So that story about Jed's not true? Oh well. All right, let's continue on. Sorry about that. Disregard everything I've said so far. Its French, neoclassical design and sprawling grounds, showcased in the sitcom's opening credits, epitomize the Clampett's comedic transition from rural poverty to Beverly Hills opulence. Built way back in 1933, the mansion's history is a tapestry of architectural grandeur, Hollywood legacy, and high-profile ownership, making it one of Los Angeles' most storied properties. And so today we're going to explore its history, architecture, and gardens. The Chartwell Mansion was commissioned in 1933 by engineer Lynn Atkinson for his wife Berenice at a cost of 2 million smackaroos. That's the equivalent to about $47 million in 2025. It was designed by architect Sumner Spaulding. How cool is that name? Sumner Spaulding. The 25,000 square foot estate was intended as a surprise, but Berenice found it too pretentious and she refused to live there. Isn't that crazy? And so in 1945, hotelier Arnold Kirkeby, that's a fun name, Kirkeby, Arnold Kirkeby, purchased it for $200,000. That's the equivalent of $3.4 million in 2025, lending it the name Kirkeby Mansion. Try saying that 10 times. Kirkeby Mansion. Kirkeby Mansion. Kirkeby leased the estate's exterior for the Beverly Hillbillies, earning $500 per day for filming. The sitcom, a ratings juggernaut, despite critical disdain, used the mansion's facade to symbolize the Clampett's newfound wealth. Though interior scenes, including the cement pond, were filmed at General Service Studios, now Hollywood Center Studios.
Uncle Jay, can I go swimming in the cement pond?
Oh, I reckon so, Jethro. But this ain't like the swimming hole back home. You can't go in there without no clothes on.
I can't?
No, sir.
Okay, Uncle Jay.
Someday I gotta have a long talk with that boy.
After Arnold Kirkeby's death in a 1962 plane crash, his wife Carlota resided there until 1986, often frustrated by tourists drawn by the show's fame. In 1986, media mogul Andrew Jerrold Perenchio, his friends just called him Jerry, acquired Chartwell for $13.5 million. That's the equivalent of $36 million in 2025. Perenchio, a Hollywood power broker, as the cool kids say, expanded the estate by purchasing adjacent lots, including the former residence of Ronald and Nancy Reagan, increasing the grounds to 10.3 acres. His 5-year renovation, incorporating rare European antiques and a ballroom, elevated the mansion's grandeur. In 2017, Perenchio's estate listed Chartwell for $350 million. That would be $420 million in 2025, and then reduced it to $195 million in 2018. In 2019, a gentleman named, Lachlan Murdoch purchased it for $150 million, setting a California record for the most expensive home sale at the time. Chartwell's cultural footprint extends beyond the Beverly Hillbillies. It appeared in films like Cinderfella in 1960 and Disorderlies in 1987, showcasing its interiors, and served as a backdrop for high-profile events. No longer visible from the street due to privacy enhancements, Chartwell remains a pinnacle of Los Angeles real estate. Now let's talk about its architecture. Designed in the French neoclassical style, Chartwell evokes the elegance of an 18th century European chateau, drawing comparisons to Jay Gatsby's fictional estate. The 25,000 square foot mansion features a limestone facade, a copper mansard roof, and grand wrought iron gates, exuding timeless sophistication. Its interior boasts an 18-foot high entrance hall with a sweeping marble staircase, a walnut-paneled dining room, baccarat chandeliers, and 11 bedrooms with 18 bathrooms. The layout includes a formal living room, a library, and a ballroom, added by Perenchio, all adorned with intricate moldings, hand-carved woodwork, and imported European fixtures. The mansion offers panoramic views of Los Angeles and the Pacific Ocean, enhancing its allure. The 10.3-acre grounds, designed by Henri Samuel, are a masterpiece of landscape architecture. Manicured French-style gardens feature sculpted hedges, fountains, and expansive lawns. Key amenities include a 75-foot swimming pool, called the Real Cement Pond in the Beverly Hillbillies, a lighted tennis court, a 12,000-bottle wine cellar, and a 5,700 square foot guest house designed by Wallace Neff. A secret tunnel connects the basement to the pool area, adding intrigue. Now you guys know if I ever had the opportunity to go to this beautiful estate, I'm pretty sure that's the first, maybe even the only thing I'd want to see. I'd say, bring me to the secret tunnel. I want to check that out. I mean, honestly, how cool is this? Also, there's a 40-car garage and a helipad that catered to modern luxury. The estate's design balances classical symmetry with functional opulence, making it ideal for grand entertaining. The mansion's original lot size in 1933 was approximately 6 acres. Perenchio's acquisition of adjacent parcels, including the Reagan property, expanded it to 10.3 acres by the 1990s. This expansion distinguishes Chartwell from smaller estates in Bel-Air, contributing to its record-breaking sale price. Chartwell's history reflects Los Angeles' evolution from a burgeoning city to a global entertainment capital. Atkinson's 1933 construction coincided with the Great Depression, making its $2 million cost a bold statement of wealth. Kirkeby's ownership tied it to Hollywood's mid-century boom, while Perenchio's renovations aligned it with the 1980s luxury real estate surge. The 2019 sale to Murdoch underscored its enduring value, with the $150 million price tag reflecting both its historical cachet and modern upgrades. The mansion's role in the Beverly Hillbillies remains its most enduring legacy. The sitcom's premise, a hillbilly family striking oil and moving to Bel-Air, relied on Chartwell's exterior to convey absurd wealth, creating a visual shorthand for cultural dislocation. Its appearance in other media and its use as a venue for elite gatherings further cement its status as a cultural touchstone. In conclusion, the Chartwell Mansion's French, neoclassical architecture, with its elegant interiors and expansive grounds, embodies timeless luxury. Its history, from Atkinson's ambitious construction to Kirkeby's Hollywood tenure, Perenchio's enhancements, and Murdoch's ownership, mirrors the cultural and economic shifts of Los Angeles. As the Clampett home in the Beverly Hillbillies, it became a pop culture icon, its limestone facade and copper roof symbolizing unattainable wealth. Unless, of course, you're in the mountains and you're shooting at some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Chartwell remains a testament to architectural brilliance and Hollywood's enduring allure. So, what do you think of the Chartwell Mansion, also known as the Beverly Hillbillies estate? If you're rolling in dough, would you live in a place like that? You know I would. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Please check out the links below to learn how to support my research and productions. This channel is sponsored by CampfireShop.com. Do me a favor and check them out, and buy some awesome candles, herbal supplements, teas, and more. Kindly be kind to all of our fellow Earthlings, and please do not harm them. And do yourself a favor and go to a local shelter and adopt a cat or a dog or both. You and they will be very glad that you did. Until next time, I wish you safe travels on all your journeys.